y'all, what's up? It's Coach Mara coming at you with a chill vibes kind of video today. Just for some context, I'm on my bed because I am very tired. I got my vaccine today and I feel a little out of it, so hence why this video is going to be a little more chill and just like a chit chat. I want to just talk to you guys about stuff, and that's why I may look a little rough around the edges, but that's okay. So I'm just sitting on my bed eating Maltesers and I'm just gonna start talking. So I got my vaccine today. I feel pretty good. Like, I feel like I can still get up and do stuff, but like my head kind of hurts, my arm kind of hurts, and I just feel like I need a comfy sweater, a snack, and just chill in my bed. So that's what I'm doing. So today's gonna be a really chill video, all about how and why I became a coach. Me becoming a coach happened 2 years ago. I was a senior high school player that was very, very regarded on my team and respected, and the way I became a coach just kind of happened by accident. I didn't go looking for it. It sort of came to me. So I was asked one day, like all of my team members, if one of us would be willing to coach Monterey's volleyball team, because they don't have a head coach. And if they don't have a head coach, that means they can't play. And if they can't play, it means there's no volleyball for that school. And none of my teammates volunteered for it, which I thought was interesting. But I said I would because I remember a specific instance in grade 10. My team, we were ready to go. We loved playing. We'd played with each other a year before. Like, we wanted to keep going and keep playing, but we were told by the school and the school board that our team may not be able to play if we didn't find a coach. And that kind of stress and kind of like a sadness, really, of not being able to do the thing you love doing and want to do all the time just because there's not enough coaches in the area, was kind of heartbreaking to all of us. So I remembered that feeling when they came to me in my senior year of high school and asked us to coach this middle school group. So I said yes, because no girl should have to not find the thing they want to do just because there aren't enough people to teach them. So I took it on. I had never coached before, and it was kind of a weird setup because I was told I was going to be the head coach, but in actuality they already had a head coach. I would just be helping. But that head coach was also a part of basketball programs, a part of other school programs with their kids, and it was just a lot for them to deal with. So over the course of a few weeks, they kind of taught me how to get into the groove with coaching, find a lesson plan, find some things that could really unify these kids together, and it was great. I learned a lot from them, and then they took a step back and went to go pursue other things, which was fine. And so I was the head coach from then on, alongside like a parent volunteer who played volleyball before. Yeah, it was amazing. We played games at different schools. This was pre-COVID times, of course, but we went to different places. We played games. My mom came out. She helped me, which was awesome. And it was a frustrating experience, but because they're little and they like have a harder time learning and retaining this information. But it really gave me a good sense of what I want to be as a coach. I always appreciated the coaches that were always very fair, didn't have strong favorites. Naturally, every coach has favorites. It is what it is. It's like kids, like when you're a parent, it's like, do you have a favorite kid? No, but you actually have a favorite kid. It's inevitable, it's human nature, whatever. So I coached these girls for a few months. It was fantastic. They all wrote me like a lovely card afterwards. It was like the like wholesome, like warm your heart moment. It was so nice, and it was like the defining moment of like, I want to do this forever and ever and ever. This is amazing. I love teaching kids and love sharing the thing that I love. That's why I made this channel in the first place. Then, after I graduated, I went back to my high school where I had to give something to the principal that I was quite close with at the time. So I came in, I gave her the piece of paper or whatever they needed for me to graduate, and I just brought it up. I'm like, do you need coaches? And I will say, for the most part, in any school system, they always need coaches because they don't want to put the extra burden on teachers if they don't want it. So they're always looking for more coaches, and especially volleyball coaches. There's not a whole lot, at least where I live in BC. So, of course, my vice principal was like, oh my gosh, yes, this is amazing. Like, that would be fantastic. Thank you. And I said I would only coach to start with grade 9s. So in BC, we do high school from grade 9 to grade 12. Some places are different in BC and other parts of Canada or over the world, but that's the way this was structured. So I was coaching grade 9 girls, and kind of like how the little kids of grade 6s were, they kind of needed a little repetition, a little encouragement, but like that's normal to retain skills. But it was so rewarding because I could really tell when someone was struggling really hard at the beginning of the year or the season, and by the end of the season I could see with my own eyes like, oh my gosh, my words and my expertise allowed them to do a jump serve or to spike a ball or to serve a ball really hard. Like, it's really, really fulfilling. And I think a lot of people underestimate how fulfilling that is. Because, on the other hand, it's a lot of work. Like, coaching isn't easy. You don't just show up one day and you're like, this is what I feel like doing. No. Most coaches have plans. They have thought about what the team as a whole needs to work on. They've thought about, if they were in pre-COVID times, like past games, what went wrong, what went right, things that maybe other players came up to them and asked them about. Like, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. So coaches get really tired, and sometimes it's like it translates onto a court of being frustrated, of being angry, but sometimes it's a lot. So I remember this one time I was so tired. It was midterm season at university, so I was burning the candle at both ends. I was coaching and I was studying for midterms. So it was pretty rough. Not gonna lie, it was pretty rough. So I get to practice, and I'm good. I'm fine. I do what I want to do, and someone tries to ask me a question. But this is like 3 weeks in. Like, we've had practices up until then. But someone tries to ask me a question, and they're like, they kind of whisper to me. They like take me over and they're like, what's your name again? And I'm like, you don't know my name? I've been your coach for 2 weeks. And she's like, I'm really sorry. I wasn't here the first few times. Like, I want to know your name so I can ask you these questions. And I'm like, my name is Mara. You can call me Mara, you can call me coach, it doesn't matter, I'll respond to anything. And they were like, oh, okay, thank you. And they go back, they figure out what they needed to do, and I answer their question. And I stop the entire practice. I stop everybody, and I ask them, I'm like, do you all know my name? Honestly, I wanted to make sure that this was covered, because this was important. If they didn't know my name, we couldn't build a connection. There's no camaraderie. There was no unifying thread. So I asked them, honestly, like, don't be afraid. Do you know my name? Because a few girls came, a few practices, couldn't come others, what have you. And a few of them put their hands up and they were like, we don't know your name. And I'm like, my name is Mara. Nice to meet you all. And one of my girls, kind of like the class clown, kind of piped up, and she's like, yeah, it's Coach Mara for you guys. And that's how I got my YouTube name, Coach Mara. I loved that moment. That was a great moment. And after that, it was smooth sailing from there. Coaching is one of the most fulfilling things I've ever done in my life. By far. And I've done a lot of things. I like teaching people. I like explaining things because it also develops my own understanding. So when these girls would ask me questions about how do I do this, it's more like a problem-solving exercise where we're working together collaboratively to solve a problem. You can't find that in a lot of other scenarios in life. It's just not really a thing. If you are thinking about coaching, or if you like me and you like teaching people, you like building connections, and you like mentoring, I think it is a great opportunity to at least just try it out. Especially with younger kids, it's the perfect scenario because you're not at this such high performing level where you have to come up with all of these such technical drills and explanations and things like that. But when you're teaching kids who've never played before, it's really easy to get a feel for what coaching could be like. And honestly, if I were to go back in time and had the choice to do it all over again, I would do it in a heartbeat. I wouldn't even think twice about it. It's amazing. Loved it. My head really hurts. Here I am, eating sugar, because that's a good idea. So why did I really become a coach? It was a natural progression. I didn't go out looking for it. It found me. And I am so glad it did, because I feel like I'm making an impact on the girls that I've coached. And I've taught them like valuable skills like teamwork and honesty and accountability and things that they'll take with them for the rest of their lives, because that's what my coaches taught me. I highly recommend it. I know this video isn't very flashy or very exciting. I don't have a notebook of bullet points, but I just wanted to explain, like, some people like to know why. Like me, I like to know why people do things or why things happen. So if you're like me, here you go. I give you this video. Not a very glamorous one, but I'm doing my best, guys. Doing my best. And I think that's everything I have to say. Is it? God, my brain hurts. Yeah, I think so. So, with that, I'm gonna take a nap. And then I'm probably gonna edit this video. But thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Comment, like this video if you enjoyed it. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Good job, team. I need to stop doing that. What was I saying? Sorry, my brain is kind of mush. Sorry. Sorry, I zoned out. How do I do this? Good job, team. Credit to Matt, who I took that phrase from. My boss Matt at work at Starbucks. Huh. Don't worry, buddy. Royalties are coming your way.